the starting lineups. First, for visiting Sterling.
And welcome back to West Efford High School. I am Ben Marraffa, joined here with Corey Baglivo for a West Efford boys basketball versus the Sterling Knights. Sterling coming off of a 13-3 season so far this year. West Efford 6-11, looking to rebound from their tough loss the other night. Starting lineups for tonight for the Knights: number 3, sophomore Julian Johnson; number 4, freshman Bramir Long; number 11, senior Jadis McFadden; number 21, junior Walter Garrison; and finally, number 24, senior Caleb Mundell. And for the Eagles, you got number 1, junior Zaid Mujahid; number 23, junior Andrea Trazi; number 21, junior Aiden Cramner; number 5, junior Corey Ratcliffe; and finally, number 2, sophomore Mark Kozowski. So as we stated, Sterling is coming off of a 13-3 season, 5-0 in the Colonial Liberty Division, and West Efford 6-11, 1-4 in the Colonial Division Conference. And these two teams both opened up their season playing against each other at Sterling. West Efford did end up losing to the Knights. There was also, it's been a little bit chirpy that first game. Andrea Trazi got a pair of technicals along with one of the Sterling Knights players. So I expect that same energy. I expect it to get a little rowdy in here, and I expect a good competitive game.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Ben. These teams opened up with one another. There's bad blood already, and when you have a Colonial Conference matchup like this, it's dated back for many years. I mean, coaches coach that like this is a rivalry game. Sterling having a much better year than West Efford, but they're still going to play them like they're the best team in the division.
Yeah, and for West Efford, they got to really clamp up on defense on especially number 24, senior Caleb Mundell. He does have over 200 points. A very good two-way player for them. Looks like he will be going against the jump ball versus Ratcliffe, and he does win. Right now, here's Long, moves it over to Johnson. Johnson inside to Mundell. Mundell inside back to Johnson. Johnson puts up the 2, no good. Rebound goes to Corey Ratcliffe. Slows it down a little bit, moves it back to Andrea Trazi. Trazi is guarded by Mundell. Over to Cramner. Got a man defense coming from the Knights. Cramner moves to Trazi. Here's a screen set by Kozowski. Over to Ratcliffe. Back over to Mujahid. Eagles being patient on this drive. Here's Cramner. Moves it over to Corey. Here's Corey Ratcliffe. Puts up a 2. Gets blocked by Mundell. And Cramner secures it. Good defense here so far to start the game from the Knights. Trazi trying to set up a play here for West Efford. Has nowhere to go. Hits it inside to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe back to Trazi. Trazi now up top to Corey Ratcliffe. Corey Ratcliffe puts up 2, gets blocked. Mundell gets the ball. Kicks it to the corner to McFadden. That'll be out of bounds. First turnover for Sterling, and it'll be a West Efford ball.
Yeah, Mundell just tried getting a little bit too fancy on that pass there. I mean, that's a name we've been hearing for the past 4 years for this Sterling Knights team also. Yeah,
and both me, you, and Dan, who's on the camera tonight, had the opportunity to play against them our freshman year. And he's a very good player, very long. I think he's an underrated defensive player, especially. He's a very good offensive player, can knock down any shot. Here's Cramner over to Mujahid, inside to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe fades away, puts up a 2, and he hits it. Corey Ratcliffe gets the first bucket of the night. And here's Long trying to push the pace, and here's Mujahid who fouls him. That'll be the first foul of the game, first for Mujahid and first for West Efford.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying, you already saw Mundell. He already has a pair of blocks tonight for the Knights. He's super long. He's the tallest kid on the court almost at all times, no matter who they're playing.
Yep, now here's Johnson. Over to McFadden, looks to drive, and he gets fouled. Let's see who that will be on. Be on Kozlowski. His first, team second. Shout out to Tyrone Oden and Colin Conway, both taking pictures for both of these teams. We also will have the cheerleaders tonight, the winter cheerleading squad, performing at timeouts and halftime. Good ball movement so far from the Knights. Here's Long up top, looks to drive. He kicks to the corner. Mundell shoots a three, and he knocks it down. Senior's first three of the game, first points for Sterling.
And when you're 6'4" and you have a deep three like that in your arsenal, you're scary.
Yeah, there's a beautiful shot there by Mundell. See if West Effort could answer back here. Here's Trazi. Good screen set from Ratcliffe over to Mujahid. Bench is getting a little bit hyped for Sterling. Ratcliffe now inside. Puts up a two and gets fouled, and he'll be out of the line. That foul will be on Walter Garrison, his first. Well, the first free throws of the game. That'll be Corey Ratcliffe at the line. Corey Ratcliffe already with a couple, I believe 3 or 4 takes already.
Yeah, I believe he's the only West Effort kid who's attempted a shot.
Yeah, it looks like West Effort's trying to get down low early on as Ratcliffe misses the first.
Yeah, we know Coach McEwen preaches interior offense and interior defense. If you have a team, he's going to make you beat us with a three-point shot, and if Mundell starts knocking him down, then he's going to get concerned.
Ratcliffe gets one of the second ones to go, and Corey Ratcliffe is one of the better players in the junior class for South Jersey and New Jersey basketball. All right, here's Long. Moves over to Mundell, guarded by Trazi. He looks to drive, puts on a nice move, pulls up for 2, and he banks it home, his 5th point. Gives a little laugh about it as he banked one home. Not probably what he was trying to do, but it'll work for him. Here's Trazi, dribble handoff to Kozlowski. And he travels with it. That'll be the first turnover for West Effort. And I want to point out one of the strong points of the game is Sterling's bench seems to be getting into it, and West Effort doesn't really seem like they have energy coming off the bench. So hopefully that switches over here. Is a loose ball. Both players diving on the ground. Sterling ends up getting it. Here's McFadden. Kicks inside. Here's Garrison, who does get blocked. Over to Mundell. Now back to Johnson. He looks to drive, and he does, I believe, travels with it. Be their second turnover.
Now, going back to what you were saying about the lack of intensity West Effort's bringing, I completely agree. They look super flat tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Aiden Cramner heads to the bench with a cut. And Ryan Heenan checks in. Yeah, it just looks like Sterling's more engaged on the bench. They're clapping on after very good defensive drives, getting into it a little bit more. Here's Trazi now, drives to the hoop, puts up 2, and that's good. Andrea Trazi having a really good last couple of weeks shooting the ball.
Yeah, good take by Trazi there. And that's what I like to see him do. When he first came here, he wasn't doing that.
That's McFadden's 2's no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be West Effort's ball.
One thing that West Effort does lack is the amount of people that we carry. I mean,
Yep.
Sterling's probably got double-digit guys on their bench compared to West Effort's 5. So,
And I believe sitting on the bench, we do got all sophomores and 1 junior. Sterling is a very good team. They beat Haddonfield this year. And I really like what I'm seeing so far defensively. Not letting these players drive one-on-ones. Good individual defense. Trazi slowing it up a little bit. Picks up his dribble. Kicks it inside to Kozlowski. Gets it tipped away. That's stolen. Second turnover. Now here's Mundell. Puts up a 2. Oh. Switches it mid-air. It's no good, but he does get fouled. Mundell tried to go up with one hand. Switched to 2 hands mid-air as he was getting down. It'd be Trazi's first. And West Effort, a key priority for them tonight is they got to stay out of foul trouble. First free throws of the game for the Knights. First one's up, and he knocks it down. Mundell does have all 6 points, and the first time we have Travis Schmidt in the game for Sterling. Does miss that though. Ratcliffe grabs the board. All right, looks like Eagles are calling the play. Trazi being guarded one-on-one here, moves it over to Kozlowski. Moves it over to Mujahid, over to Ratcliffe. Trying to look inside, pass it back out to Trazi. Inside to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe looks to post up, puts up 2, loses the ball. Will be, West Efford's ball. I think that might have hit off of Ratcliffe's hand. But it's all right. West Efford will get the ball. Trazi over to Mujahid, over to Ratcliffe. Trazi pulls it out, slowing it up. Got some perimeter movement here for the Eagles. Trazi one-on-one right now. He looks to drive. Now Ryan Heenan up top. He does move his pivot foot.
Come on, ref.
Third turnover for West Effort.
Saw Mundell high-five a little kid in the Sterling stands right there. That's
great gesture by him.
That's great character right there.
It seems like he holds himself very well, and he's very good on the court.
That's a kid that was given great genetics, but also has a great work ethic. He's in the gym. You can tell he's got textbook mechanics.
All right, here's Long now, pulls it out. Guarded by Ryan Heenan. Kicks over here, Schmidt looks to drive, puts up a little floater. He's short. Kozlowski with the board, loses the ball. And Sterling gets it. Now Schmidt now shoots a 3, and he hits it. That will be Travis Schmidt, the sophomore's first triple of the game. Sterling is 2 for 2 from 3 to start. Down 4 is West Effort trying to answer back. Here's the long guard of Mujahid. Now over to Ryan Heenan. Heenan inside to Mujahid. Good look inside. Kicks it back out. Here's Trazi now looking to drive. Puts a nice spin move. Puts it up and gets fouled, and he'll be out of the line for 2.
Yeah, good take by Andre right there.
Great move by Andrea Trazi with the spin move and try to finish on the other side of the rim. He was unable to get it, but he will head the line for 2. And looks like Cramner got wrapped up and will be heading back in the game soon.
This is where Andrea has struggled this year, though. Able to bang the first one.
Yeah, I believe I was on here with athletic director and head football coach, Coach Morrell, last game, and West Effort tremendous free throw shooting. So it's something they've obviously worked on. As Trazi misses that one, but it's something they have worked on. Kozlowski's a really good free throw shooter. Ratcliffe improved, and it looks like ball is on the ground. Heenan dives for it, and that is a turnover on Sterling. Here's Kozlowski now. He does get fouled. Believe that's on McFadden. That'll be his first. And both teams now with 3 team fouls.
Yeah, Mark's been a sneaky player for the Eagles this year. We knew he started off really hot. He kind of got that finger injury, put him on the shelf for a few games. But he bounced back. He's still making an impact.
Yeah, he'll get 2 on the line. He's a good shooter. He mostly gets most of his points underneath the rim and at the foul line. It's the young sophomore's first points. Ryan Heenan heads to the bench. Zay Majid comes back in the game. That one goes in and out. 3 for 6 from the free throw line for West Effort. Down 2, 1:50 left in the first. Mundell moves it over. Believe this is McFadden. Loses the ball. Saved by Trazi. 4th turnover. It looks like we got some padding falling over here. Now here's Aiden Cramner. Ends up picking it up. Zay Majid moves it over to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe back up top to Trazi.
Yeah, I think it may be time to replace those the padding.
Yeah, I think so. We got about 2 or 3 of them falling down. Luckily, Colin Conway and Gabby were able to fix that real fast for us. There's a loose ball picked up by Sterling. Make that the 5th turnover for West Effort. McFadden over. Gets the ball back, moves to Mundell. He tries to drive. Good defense by Andrea. Now Schmidt tries to drive. Puts up 2. Might have been a travel. Doesn't get caught, and Schmidt gets his 5th point. Also checked in the game is center Kelvin Russell. He is also another senior on this team for the Knights. Now Trazi moves it over. Gets it stolen by Schmidt. Schmidt here, 1-on-1. Puts up a 2, and that's good for Schmidt, his 7th point. It's been a 2-man game for Sterling here in the first quarter between Schmidt and Mundell. 28 seconds left, West Effort down 7-13. Corey Ratcliffe now putting up 2. Gets fouled, and 1 for Corey Ratcliffe. Corey Ratcliffe having a strong start to this game with 5 points.
And I would definitely say the spotlight is definitely on Corey Ratcliffe for this Eagles team. He kind of took it over. First 2 games, I knew he had like double-doubles, but he's progressively increased and grown as the season has gone on. I do believe he is this team's leader.
Yeah, he is this team's leading scorer with 211 points. He does hit that free throw to complete the 4-point play. There's 15 seconds left. Inside, here's Garrison, puts up a 2. That's good. Junior's first points. You got 9 seconds left for West Effort if they want to put up a shot. 5 seconds. Aiden Cramner bringing it up. 4, 3, pulls up for 3, and he knocks it down at the buzzer. Aiden Cramner with a big-time 3 to bring the lead down to 2 for the Knights. Great overall start for both teams. Sterling up 15-13. Aiden Cramner hits a 3 at the buzzer. And we'll take a short intermission as the winter cheerleading squad put on a little performance here. All right, thank you to the winter cheerleading squad. Always do a great job. They were here on Tuesday night. Very good overall game. West Effort still struggling with a little bit of turnovers here. Early on, they have 6. Last game, I believe they had around 22 turnovers.
Yeah, and I believe the credit's got to go to Caleb Mundell. He's, so lengthy, and when you have Trazi bringing it up, that's kind of the matchup you're going to get in height. So, you have him at the top of the key, and he's so fast and so long that he's able to get those steals. Already has a handful of steals, and then is able to get under the basket and grab a rebound for his team.
Yeah, West Effort will start out the second with the ball. Here's Andrea Trazi. Cramner just came in from that little short bleeding incident, hits a big-time 3. Trazi picks up his dribble, over to Cramner now. Inside to Ratcliffe. He travels with it. That's 7 turnovers for West Effort.
It's crazy to see how much Corey Ratcliffe has grown over his high school career. That small little mental error there, but we've talked about it all year. He wasn't the most athletic kid freshman, sophomore year, and I don't even know if he would have been in the starting lineup last year. And then all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere, works hard in the offseason, and gets himself a starting spot and is the team's leading scorer.
Yeah, and one of the most important things, as Johnson loses the ball inside, it will be West Effort's ball, 5th turnover, Sterling. One of the most important things is Corey Ratcliffe knows his role. He knows he's not a shooter. He knows that he's going to get all his points in the paint, and he's there to get rebounds and put up layups, and that's exactly what he does, and he does a great job of it, and he plays good defense against the bigger guys on opponents' teams. Here's Majid over to Trazi. Good 2-man game between them. Gets blocked by Mundell. Aiden Craner puts up and gets fouled. Mundell with about 3 blocks here for Sterling. A good 2-man game between Majid and Trazi. Cramner able to get the board and get fouled.
Good screen there on Mundell, but he got off and flew to the rim and got the glass block.
Yep, and that will be McFadden's 2nd foul. And Cramner's first free throw is no good. Looks like we got a Zion Arnett in the game. And McFadden takes a seat. Zion Arnett is the brother of an 1,000-point scorer who graduated a couple of years ago, I believe last year or the year before. He very good for Sterling, and they look to do some damage. He's just, I believe he's a sophomore. Now here's Schmidt inside. Good ball movement. Schmidt gets his points.
Yeah, Travis Schmidt's impressed me. Only being a sophomore, he's having a great game.
Yeah, that possession reminded me of a little bit of the old San Antonio Spurs basketball. Ball movement around the perimeter, looking inside to get the open basket. Love to see that. Don't see that much too often nowadays. Now here's Aiden Cramner. Picks up a dribble, moves over to Kozowski. Kozowski over to Trazi. He's fighting at the basket. He loses it. Mundell saves it. Now here's Long. Long. Back to Mundell. He's looking to drive. Puts up 2. He puts it down. Strong move from Caleb Mundell. He was able to split the defender with the overhand pickup of the basketball, and he tries to get a steal here, but Cramner gets it back over to Trazi. Back over to Kozowski. Perimeter ball movement right here for the Eagles.
Yeah, it's obvious that Mundell is the heart and soul of this Knights team.
Zay Majid loses the ball. I believe this is Long. Puts up 2. Gets fouled by Trazi. Drazi with the second. And they are saying that Trazi hands were up, but he did bring them down to foul Long, and Long will head to the line. Ramir Long, just a freshman for Sterling.
He plays with a high motor. Quick kid, uses it to his advantage.
Yeah, he looks to be one of these point guards there for Sterling as he knocks down that first free throw, his first points. 2 for 3 from the free throw line is the Knights. Ramir Long puts up the second, and that is good for him. 2 for 2 at the line. Brings the lead 21-14 for Sterling. Arnett guarding Cramner. Dribble handoff over to Trazi. Corey Latcliffe looks to drive. Puts up a wild 2, no good. Good move from him. Here's Mundell. Kicks it to the corner. Johnson pulls up for 3. In and out. Rebound goes to Majahid. First missed 3 of the game for either team, and Kozowski puts up 2. He's no good. Here's Long now trying to bring it up. Slows it down just a little bit. Waits for everyone to get back. 5:06 left in the second. And he slips.
Travel.
Cramner steals it. Cramner 1-on-1 with Mundell. Tries to pump fake it. Good defense by Mundell. Majahid pulls up for 2. And he banks it home. Said Majahid's first points. Good defense from Mundell. 3-on-1 opportunity for West Effort, and they're able to capitalize on that little jump shot from Majahid.
Yeah, Mundell not getting fooled there. Cramner try.
There's Mundell right there with a second 3 of the game for him. Looks like we have a timeout. 11 points for Caleb Mundell. It will be a full timeout by Coach McEwen.
Yeah, and Mundell seems to be this Sterling Knights team's entire offense, in my opinion. I mean, you got Travis Schmidt, who has a handful of points as well, but I believe he is a defendable player. This kid is Caleb Mundell is a man amongst boys. I feel like you need to face guard this kid, put your best defender on him, and just take him out of the game completely.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if West Effort will change defenses. Again, you have the obviously 3-2 zone, 2-3 zone they could always do. You have the box and 1 they could do, but they got to find a way to slow down Mundell. And when you're playing against a player like that, it's always hard, especially defensively. But he's doing a hell of a job on defense. That is Mundell. And make sure you come out tomorrow in the Nest to support the Boys of Wrestling squad on senior night. I believe a 6 o'clock start. Do you know who they're playing?
I have no idea.
Could go check. I'll give you some more information later on with that. But we got a handful of seniors on that squad. They did just get a big win against Gateway.
Huge win.
Cole Du Bois, as West Effort turns it over. Cole Du Bois, game-winning pin, or excuse me, he didn't game-winning match.
Yeah, I don't know if he pinned or not, but I know it was down to the wire and it came down to him, and he ended up with a big-time, close, hard-fought win. Last time the Eagles wrestling squad was in the nest, they fell a few points short to the Gloucester Lions, and I mean that's a rivalry being born. Gloucester versus West Effort.
I had a conversation with Cole, and I believe as Kramer looks to drive, and here's Trozzi, moves it over to Majid. Majid shoots a 3, and he's just short. I had a conversation with Du Bois, and he won 4-3 against a really good player, and that is good by McFadden. That is Jadis McFadden with the 2. Nice little up and over to bring the lead up to 12. He did win 4-3 against a really good wrestler and a really good friend of his. Big matches also by Marcus Carter. He won it. I believe they were down and then needed both players to win, and they did. And Aiden Cramner misses over to Mundell. Cramner fouls Mundell. Maybe a little frustration shown from Cramner. Looks like Sterling will call a 30-second timeout. Excuse me, a full timeout.
Yeah, but the wrestling squad is having a good year. Going back, talking about them, really impressed with some of the guys this year. Talon Terranoni, captain at 106, junior, he's having a great year. Andrew Ty at 175. I think this is his first time in the varsity lineup. Only like his second or third year wrestling. He's having a fantastic year. Marcus Carter still developing, having a great year. So, and then the addition of Cole Du Bois is huge.
Yeah, I just got an update. They will be playing Haddon Township tomorrow for senior night at 6 o'clock. A couple seniors are on that team. You got Cole, Dom Gentile, Andre English, Ramir Vaughn. Trying to think who else. Chris Hansen.
I think we covered most of them.
I think we covered most of them. I might be missing 1 or 2 in there. That's a pretty young squad, though, out of them. All right, here's Sterling out of the timeout. Bramir Long bringing up the ball. Up 12. Over to McFadden. McFadden picks up his dribble. Ends up tossing it over to Mundell. Dribble handoff. Seeing a lot of team basketball from Sterling, which I really like. Getting a lot of open looks, and here's Mundell telling his players what to do here. He is telling McFadden, let's see if they can work something out over to Mundell. They're being patient. 2:44 left. He pulls up for 3, and he knocks it down. Make that 3 threes for him and 14 points.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Now Andrea Trozzi passes over to Radcliffe. He gets fouled. I believe that'll be McFadden. That'll be on, I think, Garrison. It's on Garrison. That'll be his second. It is on Garrison. It is his third. Team 6, Johnson checks back to the game along with Schmidt. McFadden and Garrison take a seat. West Everett's got to get within that 10-point range at half, especially against a good squad like Sterling. It's knocked out of bounds by Arnett. Aiden Cramner inbounding over to Trozzi. Over to Kozowski. Kozowski looking to drive on Schmidt. Puts up a 2. No good. Radcliffe gets the board. Kozowski gets his board and puts up 2, and that is good. Mark Kozowski with this 3rd point, and Mundell is pushing the pacer a little bit. Inside to Schmidt. Good pass. That 2's good for Schmidt.
Great look by Caleb Mundell, and a great way to respond for the Knights.
Yeah, and that's Travis Schmidt's 11th point. It's the sophomore coming off the bench for Sterling with 11. Here's Aiden Cramner now guarded by Johnson. Corey Radcliffe comes to set a screen. Cramner moves it over. Now Trozzi with 1:38 left. Kicks it back out. Here's Radcliffe now at the top of the key inside of Kozowski. Kozowski left-handed layup is good. Mark Kozowski, 2 straight buckets for him. Sterling pushing the pace. Here's Johnson one-on-one with Cramner. He looks to drive, pulls it back out over to Mundell. He looks to drive now, puts up a dunk. And we will have a tech on Mundell. Getting in the face of Cramner. And that'll be his first tech. We'll get a pair of free throws coming up, I believe, for West Effort.
Well-deserved tech there. I mean, great play, but you got to be humble.
All right, so we got free throws coming up for Aiden Cramner. Big time dunk. And Sterling getting a little excited over here. He hits it. That is Cramner. It's his fifth. And Cramner hits that one. And I believe it will be West Effort's ball. Sterling fans getting a little bit into it. All right, let's see how West Effort responds. Down 13 with 1:10 left in the second. Up top to Cramner. Cramner puts up a two, no good. Rebound goes to Sterling. Here's Russell now, moves it over to Johnson. Johnson loses it, saves it over to Arnett. Arnett moves it over to Russell. He loses it. Trazi picks up the ball. Trazi on a fast break slows it down a little bit. Kicks it inside of Kozowski. Kozowski's little floater is good. 7 points for Mark Kozowski. Eagles down 11 with 42 seconds. A big turnaround so far. Here's Arnett, who's it over to Russell. Russell takes a three. He's short. Ratcliffe with the board. Over to Cramner. Cramner with the Euro. Out of bounds on Sterling. 23 seconds left. Big time possession coming up to get the lead to single digits at about halftime.
I believe we can comfortably say that when the ball is not in Caleb Mundell's hands, we are much more comfortable.
Yup, and 16 seconds left. West Effort holding for the last shot. Trazi trying to make some work with 10 seconds left. Mundell falls over to Kozowski. Kozowski puts up two. And then he does get fouled, and he'll be headed to the line. Travis Schmidt's first foul. Two big free throws coming up for Kozowski. Looks like Ryan Eaton will be checking in the game too for some defense, probably for Zayd Mujahid. Kozowski knocks down that free throw. He has 8.
Coming in for Andrea.
For Andrea Trazi. All right. I can see that. Trazi has 2 fouls. Don't want to get a foul with 7 seconds left. There's Kozowski's second free throw. He goes 2 for 2. 9 points for Mark. Here's Russell over to Mundell. He shoots a 3 from the night, and he misses that one. And that is the end of the first half. Sterling 25, West Effort 26. We will take a short halftime break, about 10 minutes. We will be back. In the meantime, please enjoy the winter cheerleading squad. All right, and we are back from halftime. About 2 minutes left before we start the second half. A little stat update real fast. Zaid Majad for West Effort, 2 points. Andrea Tarazi, 3. Aiden Cranmer's got 6. Corey Ratcliffe's got 6. Gazowski, 9. 10 turnovers for West Effort, and 9 for 13 free throw shooting. 1 for 2 from three-point land. In for the Knights, Ramir Long, 2 points. Travis Schmidt with 11. Jadis McFadden, 2. Walter Garrison's got 4. And Caleb Mundell's got 16. They got 7 turnovers, shooting 3 for 4 from the free throw line. And 3-point shooting, they're shooting 4 for 7. And we got a little bit of some energy coming at the end of that second half as Caleb Mundell threw down a dunk.
Yeah, I got the whole gym shaking. I think both sides of the gym went nuts after that play.
Up, and he also got assessed with a technical foul. So one more and he will be out.
Yeah, and that's where West Effort can kind of play the mental game. Try to get in his head a little bit, try to get him to do something stupid.
Yep.
And that's a huge, if you can get him out of the game, that would be huge. Because he is their entire offense and defense.
Yep, and it's a totally different game if you could get him out. It looks like it will be, I believe, Sterling's ball. They will be shooting at their own basket along with West Effort shooting at their own basket. Down 9. West Effort, I said, important to get it down to a 10-point lead. They got it down to 9, single digits. So, I mean, I still like their chances. They just got to answer back early on.
Yeah, West Effort's played strong in the second half all year. Let's see if they can defend Caleb Mundell and get to work.
Yeah, West Effort's got to limit turnovers. They got 10 turnovers. They got to get to the line more. They've made 9 out of 13 free throws. So I would really like them to get to the line. I think that's one of the most important things, and also limit the turnovers. Maybe they changed up defenses. We'll see what they do here. Here's Johnson over to McFadden, over to Long. Long in the corner. McFadden looking to drive. Step backs. Hits inside. Majid comes up with the foul. That'll be his second. Nobody's really in foul trouble for West Effort. Trazi and Majid's got 2. Sterling, you have Garrison with 3 and McFadden with 2. And Majid takes a seat and Ryan Heenan comes in.
Yeah, you can see Colin Conway under the basket with this camera. I believe he did get a good shot of Mundell's slam from the second quarter.
Yep, and here's Mundell turning the ball over. Ramir Long was not looking as he was cutting through. All right, here's Andrea Tarazi for West Effort bringing it up. Guarded by Mundell. Moves it over to Ryan Heenan. Ryan Heenan now looking to drive. Gets double teams. He turns it over. Now Mundell up. Passes it. That'll be his second straight turnover on back-to-back possessions.
Yeah, Mundell playing sloppy to start the second half.
Yep, and a little frustration shown. Coaching staff's getting to him a little bit. He's taking it well.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you got to respond. You just got to take a deep breath.
And again, we'll get another switch between Heenan and Majid. Tarazi kicks over to Ratcliffe. Got the lane open. Here's Ratcliffe with a 2-game. Tarazi moves over to Kozowski. Back over to Cramner. Cramner driving. Here's Ratcliffe now. He drives, puts up 2, and that's good for Corey Ratcliffe. 8 points for Ratcliffe. West Effort only down 7 here. Johnson now pulls up for 2, and he knocks it down. That's Julian Johnson, another sophomore for the Knights, knocks down the little jumper. Inside Kozowski. Kozowski puts up 2, and that's an and 1 for Mark Kozowski, and he'll be out of the line. Kozowski with, I believe, his second and 1 of the night. He's doing some damage underneath the basket.
I believe the ref is talking to Julian Johnson about his celebration after his first 2 points of the night.
And that's 10 free throws made for West Effort, 10 for 14. As Gazowski knocked that down, make that 12 points for him. Long passes over to Garrison. Looks like Trazi, we'll get an offensive foul on Mundell. Bermier Long on the screen. And that's his third.
And Mundell's been awfully quiet in the third quarter.
Yeah,
West Effort doing a great job with Trazi off-ball defense.
Good pass inside to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe pump fakes, puts up two. Trazi with the excellent pass inside to Ratcliffe to get him his 10th point. And momentum is shifting. Finally able to spit it out as coach for the Knights wants a timeout called.
That's perfect time to use your timeout right there. The team's struggling a little bit. Start the third quarter. Take a deep breath. Regroup. Figure out what you want to do offensively. I mean, Mundell with a pair of turnovers already to start this third quarter.
Yeah, yet again, make sure you come out tomorrow at the Nest, 6 o'clock for senior night as West Effort Boys Wrestling takes on Haddon Township. Make sure you also tune in Saturday, 11:30 for some girls basketball. Haven't had them at all this week, I believe. I'm not sure who's announcing. I won't be available for that day. So, believe if you're available, you might be on. See what's going on then.
Should be available.
Believe Luke Laxton might as well be on with you. All right, here's McFadden looking to drive, moves it over. Johnson takes a three, and he knocks it down. 5 straight points for him. And that's 5 for 8 3-point shooting for Sterling. 15 points off of that. West Effort down 7. Great answer from the Knights coming out of the timeout. Cranmer over to Trazi. Gets it back. Here's Mujahid now. Picks up his dribble. Kicks it over to Mark Kozowski. See what he could do over to Radcliffe. Now slowing it down a little bit. Maybe some screen. Cranmer goes the other way. Kicks it back out. Radcliffe's looking to drive. Puts up a strong layup. No good. Good take from Radcliffe. Unable to finish. Here's Mundell now in transition. Moves it over to Garrison. He puts up a 2. No good. Radcliffe gets the board. Slowing it down a little bit. Moves it over to Cranmer. Cranmer over to Trazi. Trazi gets a screen from Kozowski. Doesn't do much there over to Radcliffe. Cranmer now gets another screen. Good screen from Radcliffe. Puts up a 2. No good from Cranmer. And here's Arnett. Moved it over to Mundell. Guarded by Trazi. Moves it over. We got a 3-point shot coming up. That is no good for McFadden. Now McFadden gets inside. No good. Gets his own board. Puts up 2. And that's finally gets it to fall. The senior's 4th point. Good look inside from Garrison. Looks like Schmidt's checking back in the game. Sterling's bench getting a little bit back into it with a lead up to 9. West Effort hasn't scored in a bit since the timeout. Looks like Coach Britt got a warning over there on the bench as Garrison comes out and Schmidt comes in. I believe that'll just be a warning.
Yeah, clearly he was unhappy that there was no foul call there. Mundell has been all over Andrea.
Here's Cranmer in the corner, moves it over to Trazi. Trazi open for 3, takes it. He's off the mark. Rebound goes to Arnett. Only 3 3-pointers taken for West Effort. They are 1 for 3. Here's Arnett now. Thinks about it, travels with it. That'll be 10 turnovers now for Sterling.
I would have liked to watch a Zion pull up from 3 there. I was watching him in warm-ups, and I think he missed 1 3 out of like 20. So,
yeah, Zion Arnett, another sophomore. This team's filled with sophomores, and especially starters between Johnson and Schmidt, who's getting a lot of playing time. Zion hasn't put up a shot yet. Inside to Radcliffe, and he gets fouled. Yep, believe that will be on Zion Arnett, his first. Excuse me, they called it on Julian Johnson. Be his first, team's third. Cranmer kicks it inside to Radcliffe. Good feeding. He gets blocked by Johnson. Now here's Mondella over to Schmidt. Schmidt kicks it, puts up a 2, no good. Arnett gets it back. This is his first shot, but he does get fouled. And it was going up, so we'll get some free throws coming up. It's only Markosowski's second. This is Arnett at the line.
Yeah, I don't know about that call.
Yeah, I don't really like. I wish they would have let that play out.
He
knocks down the first.
I mean, I believe they were trying to say it was the first initial take that Kozlowski clipped him, but there was 3 attempts. Like,
there was a lot of bodies in there, and I think you could have called it either way. It's his second point. Coach McEwen calling a play here for West Effort. Cramner inside over to Radcliffe, back out to Trozzi. There's a one-on-one screen with Radcliffe. Good move from Trozzi. Over to Kozlowski. Kozlowski back to Cramner. There's a screen set. Inside to Kozlowski. Puts up a layup, and he does get fouled by Mundell. Kozlowski heading the line again.
Tack him up. Team up. Tack him. Tack him.
That should be a tech.
Come on, ref.
Should have been a tech as he spiked the ball. No call. Here's Kozlowski's first free throw is up, and that is good. 13 for Mark. West Effort with 11 for 15 free throws, shooting a great job getting to the basket. He goes 2 for 2, make that 14 points for him. Here's Mundell. Just got a little frustrated on that possession. He does have 2 fouls now. McFadden looks to drive. Puts up a 2. That is good. Tough take from McFadden, his 6th point. Quiet half for both Schmidt and Mundell. It's a lot of the other players scoring. That's a turnover on West Effort. Johnson going full court length over to McFadden. Puts up 2. That's good for him. His 8th point. Back-to-back possessions he just scored. Trozzi inside. Radcliffe loses it. Second straight turnover. Mundell with the ball in fast break. Puts on a nice move. Puts up for 2, and he gets his 18th point. We'll get a full timeout called by Coach McEwen. All right, West Effort had it between 6-5 points. They are down now 15 in a matter of a couple of seconds. Turnovers killed them that half. But want to go off topic here a little bit. So you got the NFC Championship and the AFC Championship coming up between the Chiefs and Bengals for the AFC, and the NFC, the Niners and the Eagles. I want to hear your predictions.
Okay, the NFC, easy bird gang all the way. Love my birds. I bleed green. Dad's a Cowboys fan. Mom's a Steelers fan. And then me and my brother absolutely bleed green, diehard Eagles fans. Eagles, not even a question. Brock Purdy's not going to survive in the link. Debo's talking way too much. And in the AFC, I think it's a Joe Burrow show right now.
100% agree on that one.
Mahomes with his bum, he's got a bum ankle. And, they're showing clips of him. He looks fine at practice. He's moving around fine. But once you get hit, it's a whole different game.
Yep.
Once your start-stop sprinting around. So I think his ankle is going to play a big factor. And I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals score so fast and have such a powerful offense that they just can't be stopped.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I think Bengals all the way. Joe Burrow is just that guy.
He is.
And my opinions, on the Eagles game, I absolutely despise the 49ers as Cramner puts up a 2, gets fouled. And an and 1 for Aiden Cramner coming out of the timeout. He'll head to the line. I absolutely despise the 49ers and Brock Purdy. I know he's having a good year, but I'm tired of hearing about him. Plus, I need someone to shut up Coach Shields, and it couldn't be another team better than the Eagles.
Completely agree.
I would love. Me personally, I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm a Packers fan. Sadly, had some rough years, but I would love nothing better than a 49ers big time L. All right, Cramner gets his 9th.
I don't know. I would like to see a little Cinderella story. If they do beat, I'd rather the Eagles lose this weekend than next.
Here's Johnson, gets blocked by Cramner. There's nothing better than playoff football, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I completely agree.
All right, here's Russell inbounding for Sterling. Kicks Johnson in the corner. Over to our net. Now Mundell at the top of the key, guarded by Trazi. Johnson takes a 3. He's short. Loose ball. Out of bounds on Cramner. Sterling's ball. Got a decent turnout of fans here for both squads. This year, I think, especially after the couple COVID years, we've had tremendous fan showings for opponents coming in, and also West Efford. Last year, I think people were getting back in the swing of things, and still had those COVID rules as Sterling turns the ball over for the 11th time. You had those COVID rules a little bit. And I know you did. We did a lot of the games together, and it wasn't as crowded as it is now. And
yeah, it wasn't the same.
Energy was there. Seats were all spaced out. I believe they had a limit capacity.
Yep, I think it was 2 tickets per athlete, I believe, or something like that.
Loose ball picked up by Mundell. He's in transition now. He slows it down now a little bit. Kicks to the corner. Johnson trying to hit another 3. He drives and he travels with it. Make that 12 turnovers. West Efford ball, and it just brings a whole different atmosphere. I know our home wrestling matches are big time appearances in winter sports.
They get intense.
Obviously for the fall you had football. You got that in playoffs. You had soccer and field hockey and whatnot. We're excited for the spring. Where we have. I know all of us all play baseball. Very exciting baseball season coming up. We're a very good squad, looking to get things done. Looking for a title there. Tzowski gets fouled. I believe that's Arnett.
Yeah, all 3 of us tonight on the broadcast crew are indeed baseball players, all returning starters from last year as well.
Along with Luke Blackston and Joe Scoro, Shea McKenna, Cole McKenna, who are also part of the winter squad, who also a part of the baseball team. We are a heavy field senior group, and we're looking to get some damage done.
Oh yeah, 2 fifth-year guys.
Yep.
When Nick Tomasetto and Cole Ambrosius attending RCSJ now, but will play baseball with us in the spring.
Yeah, and we do have some demolition on our stadium. I got a couple stands getting taken down, but we're still going to be able to play on that field, thankfully, and we're excited for a very good season looking forward. I know we're taking a couple trips to Delaware and Maryland, playing at Rutgers Camden, but here's Ratcliffe inside, puts up 2, no good. Arnett with the board. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Sterling leads 50-38. I believe the cheerleaders will come out one last time, so we'll take a short break for them. All right, thank you to the winter cheerleading squad. Always do a heck of a job. We will have a very exciting fourth quarter. Sterling able to withstand their 12-point lead.
It was a very quiet third quarter by Caleb Mundell, and he was taken out at the end there to try to keep him out of foul trouble, but he already does have a tech, and he did slam the ball down after the one foul call, and the ref put the whistle in his mouth, was ready to call it, and I think he thought to himself, he already has one. I don't really want to toss this kid. Panicked a little bit and didn't blow his whistle.
He just had two third quarter points, but McFadden picked up the pace. Johnson also. All right, see if West Effort can do some damage coming out of the end of the third at the start of the fourth. Here's Trazi wearing long sleeves the last couple games.
I wonder if that's a superstition thing.
Yeah, I wonder the idea behind it. I mean, when I played, I always wore a tank top underneath, just because I always hated the idea of being hot. And
yeah, I was a T-shirt guy.
Yeah. In my younger days, I wore T-shirts, and then one day I saw a picture, I was like, nah, that's not it. So I went with the dry fit tank tops. Here's Trazi with a beautiful layup, unable to finish. Kozowski puts up two. And he has 16. Kozowski having a good game.
I wore the same outfit Zade's wearing.
Yep.
The T-shirt with the
white tee underneath.
Socks.
Here's loose ball picked up right in front of us. We'll be out of bounds on West Effort, and it'll be Sterling's ball.
I was also way too small to wear a tank top at the time. Still only 130 pounds.
I mean, when I played, I was a little chunky, had a little weight on myself. So, I mean, from then always felt tank tops were best fit. Mundell pulls up for two. He misses. Ratcliffe gets the board. Here's Trazi now pushing full court, makes a pass over to Kozowski. Somehow gets through the Sterling players, puts up two, doesn't get it. Mundell gets the board. He loses it. Ratcliffe picks it up. He's looking for a dunk, and he almost does it. But he'll take it either way. Ratcliffe wanted it, fell out of his hands.
I've been dying to see a Corey Ratcliffe.
Oh, man.
Dunk.
I think this gym would have exploded. Loose ball picked up by Trazi. And here's McFadden. Puts up two, no good. Ratcliffe gets the board now. Moves it over to Trazi.
That might be the momentum this West Effort team needed.
Kozowski puts up two.
Lead is down to 6. Sterling takes a timeout.
And West Effort's getting hyped. And Sterling just died in a matter of a minute. Ratcliffe tried to throw it down, but it ended up falling out of his hands, and it still fell for him. I'm sure he'll take it.
I wanted to see a clean dunk by Corey Ratcliffe. I've been dying to see. I saw the clip of him from in the scrimmage, the Kingsway scrimmage, I believe it was, and it was clean. It was a clean one.
Yeah, I just pulled it up I'm pulling up on my phone right now. Just slipped out of his hands.
He had the height. He can get up there.
He had it.
But yeah, the Kingsway clip, I know it was working its way around right during the scrimmages, and it was him throwing it down. It was clean. I mean, it was a low quality shot. It was from the huddle camera that they used, but it was a clean dunk, and I thought we were going to see that. I was very excited, but
yeah, we seen. I talked to Mr. Gorley. He said someone on Sterling's freshman and JV team both dunked. We had Mundell, who dunked here, and Corey Ratcliffe attempted a dunk. I wouldn't call that a dunk. He attempted one, but he still made it. Kind of lost it and ended up falling in, but
great play by him overall, though, stealing the ball from Mundell in the corner.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Morrell is going to clown Ratcliffe for losing that. Yeah. I know one day I walked into a football lift and he was clowning him because saying that wasn't a dunk, and I'm sure they're going to have an argument over that one. But Ratcliffe hasn't had much opportunities on dunks this year, as Garrison puts up two, no good. Rebound does go back to Garrison, but he's out of bounds. Turnover. Going back to Ratcliffe is a center. He doesn't get much opportunities on fast break chances, and he just got one there. And he's a little excited over that one. I just looked at him. All right.
I just got a chance to look at the scoreboard, and West Effort only has 2 fouls.
Here's Ratcliffe. Ball inside. Kozowski gets a board. Puts up 2. Kozowski with 20 points. Lead down to 4 now.
Kozowski with a huge second half, putting West Effort back in this thing.
And we're having a really good end the game. Here's Premier Long. Kicks it over to McFadden. McFadden drives. He falls to the ground. Back out the long. They're slowing it down a little bit. 5:20 left. West Effort down 4. And Trazi gets his 3rd foul. Only the 3rd foul on West Effort.
Trazi knows he reached a little bit.
Yep.
See him putting his arm up there saying, my bad.
Just trying to make a play happen. Just ended up reaching, not playing with his feet. See what happens now. Here's Mundell over to McFadden. Over to Long. Long, he looks to drive.
Nah, that's...
Kozowski's 3rd. He's got to watch here a little bit.
I think the refs are starting to get a little quick on the whistles.
Yeah, and Coach McEwen is talking to both of his players about the switch. I'm not sure if he said, why didn't you switch that, or why did you? I'm not really sure. Trying to hard to hear him, but I know he was talking about that switch, trying to make it easier on it for his team. Here's Long now, puts up a layup. And 1 for Bermere Long, trying to end this Eagles run.
I mean, that's 3 foul calls on West Effort in a matter of 30 seconds.
That's on Kozowski. That's his 4th. And he's in trouble now. Long gets his 5th point.
Only a freshman having a solid showing tonight.
Yeah, he is. He's playing good. He doesn't remind me. He's playing like an upperclassman, handling the ball, and he knows when to take shots, not turn the ball over much. Brings the lead up to 7. Cranmer steps through, puts up a shot, no good, gets his own rebound, puts up another 2, and that's good. Aiden Cranmer turning garbage into goal to get the 2. Here's Johnson, moves it over to McFadden. McFadden taking a ride for the basket. Could have been a foul call. No foul call. Balls up. Machado takes it in. Kozowski gets it, slows it down. Kozowski's lucky he didn't get his 5th foul called there.
Yeah, Mark having a heck of a game tonight for the Eagles.
Yeah, they can't lose him, it looks like. We'll get Arnett and Schmidt coming in soon as Aiden Cranmer pulls up 2. That's a tough shot, and he hits it. Cranmer with his 13th point. And West Effort in the 4th quarter is heating up with 4 minutes left. Down 3 here. Mundell has been quiet this second half, only 2 points. See what he does here on Trazi. Kicks it over to Long. Long now looking to drive. Puts up 2, and he gets fouled, a blocking foul. That's Mark Kozowski, and I believe he'll get fouled out. That is on Kozowski, and it is. And he is fouled out, a big-time loss. Mark Kozowski is out of the game, and I'm sure probably Ryan Eden might check in. Ryan Heenan checks in the game, and Mark heads to the bench. He is fouled out. Mark Kozowski ends with 20 points. Great night from him. Great effort shown. Ryan Heenan checks in the game.
I think the ref's theory behind that was he was a little turned. His shoulders weren't too squared.
Yeah, and his feet were moving a little bit. It was a good call. I mean, Kozowski is,
I think it was the right call. I just don't think, I think this ref has made the moment too big a few times tonight.
Yep.
Especially with Mundell's ball slam. Like, you knew he wanted to call that, and he didn't. I didn't think he wanted the spotlight on him. But, I mean, we can sit here and point the finger at officials all we want, but, I mean, they only have so much of an impact in the game.
Misses that one. Trazi gets the board, and he gets fouled. Let's see who that foul's on. I believe that's on McFadden. It's his 4th. West Effort's in the penalty.
And you see Travis Schmidt trying to take the blame for the foul. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, and here's Johnson comes in the game. McFadden takes a seat. Trazi heading the line for the 101. Here's Trazi with the free throw. He misses, gets his own rebound. All right, West Effort gets an extra possession here, down 4.
I wouldn't mind to see Zayd put up a 3 there.
He hasn't shot much tonight. He only has 2 points on that bank jump shot from earlier. He is one of the leaders in three-point shooters. Aiden Cramner, I think, might have surpassed him the last couple games. And that's a bad turnover by West Effort. I think that 14 turnovers. All right, so you're down 4, turn the ball over. Keep your head up, and Coach McEwen wants a 30-second timeout. I think it's a good timeout. If you're West Effort, just turn the ball over. It's all right. I mean, it's a 4-point game. You're still in it. He's got tons of time left. Got 2 remaining is the West Effort. West Effort has been getting in foul trouble as of late with certain players. Kozowski got fouled out this game. Trazi, Cramner recently within the last 2 weeks got fouled out, and it's got to move their feet more. Stop getting. They're not bad fouls. They're getting just once in a while. You see like Trazi reaching in there, poking a little bit, but I mean Mark Hurts. He has 20 points.
Yep.
And West Effort needs answers. Someone needs to step up for them. So we'll see what happens. Sterling gets the ball. All right, here's Bermier Long bringing it up. Mundell yet again quiet, only 2 points in the second half. Here's Schmidt now. 2's no good. Cranmer gets a board. Trazi brings it above half court. 3:09 left.
I think this is an important possession for the Eagles. I think you have to get points here.
Yeah, 100% agree. See if they go to Cramner or Radcliffe or maybe Trazi. But Radcliffe and Cramner has been the 2 main scorers who's on the court right now.
Right now,
with Kozowski out.
I think right now this is not good. I think we need to take a shot.
Yeah, they're moving the ball around. Got to find someone.
Killing time right now.
There's Cramner. Cramner takes a 3, and he hits the side of the backboard. Only 4 threes taken tonight for West Effort. Here's Mundell, and he moves it over. Arnett to long drives. Moves it inside to Schmidt. Schmidt puts up 2. That's good. That's his 13th point. West Effort's got to score soon. Down 6, 2:23 left.
2:23 left, and we're walking the ball up the court. We gotta move here.
Yeah, I mean, try to get a layup. Try to get Radcliffe inside one-on-one.
Take a page out of Sterling's book. Few outlet passes. Look inside.
Yeah, they're slowing it down. They're wasting time here as Cramner heads in, puts up 2. No good. Mundell gets a pass, throws it up. Loose ball. Long picks it up. That's back court. And they do call it. 16 turnovers. Good call by the referee. We have the best view of this. And Long's foot was on the black line, so great call by the referee. Here's Aiden Cramner inbounding. Sterling getting into it. Didn't like that call. It was a good call, though. We just had a perfect view of that. Best seat in the house right here is Corey Radcliffe. Up top now, guarded by Arnett. Here's Zayd in the corner now. Trazi up top, minute 30 left. They got to go. Wasting a lot of time just moving the ball around.
And then you just burn 20 seconds and finally call a timeout. This is it's been the same story for the Eagles all year long.
In the game, and then at the end, they just can't finish.
Yep. Single-digit games in the fourth quarter, under 4 minutes, and we just can't get anything going.
And, I mean, they've played really well in the second half, and especially at the start of the fourth quarter. And as soon as Mark went out, they were unable to score. I mean, they're just not driving at the basket. They're just moving our ball around the perimeter.
Yeah, I don't think West Effort's comfortable with any of their offensive plays to get a good shot. They're trying to do too much, set too many screens, too many moving pieces at once, and then you got the ball handler sitting at the top of the key, just standing there waiting for something to develop. You burn 8 seconds of play, and then that's not open, and you're chewing clock.
Yeah, I mean, between the last 3 possessions, they've blown about a little over a minute, just moving the ball around. And, I mean, they had to call a timeout there because they couldn't find anything to work. And, I mean, they're down 6. They have to score. Only 6 points scored this half by Sterling. West Effort was down, I believe, 12. They've scored 12 points, so 12-6 in this quarter. And West Effort has the ball right now, and they need to score. See if they get a Ratcliffe one-on-one inside, or maybe Cramner with an open shot, or Trozzi drives in for a layup. Both teams are in the penalty, so maybe get them in foul trouble. West Effort 13 for 18 from the line. We draw it over to Trozzi. Trozzi moves it to the corner to Heenan. Heenan kicks it over to Cramner.
Almost lost footing there. Could have been a travel.
Yep. Here's Trozzi now up top, minute 18 left. Got to do something. They have Cramner one-on-one. Looks like we'll get a kickball violation. I'm not really sure about the call. West Effort might have got away with that one. But will be West Effort's ball. Cramner kicks the corner to Trozzi, up top to Majah. Back to Cramner. Inside to Ryan Heenan. Over to Ratcliffe. That's a turnover. And Mundell steps out of bounds. Luckily, West Effort's ball. All right, here's Cramner now.
It's also midterm week at West Effort.
It is, and thankfully I'm done. I have no midterms tomorrow. Got to come in late today. Only had to take genetics, which did not go well for me. Don't know what my grade is yet, but did not go well for me. So if you could consider praying for me for a good grade, I really appreciate it. As Cramner kicks to Majah. Majah gets blocked by Schmidt. West Effort's ball still. 44 seconds left now.
You're under a minute here. I don't know why we're going for a 2. I think we need to shoot a 3 here. I think
we need to put up the quickest shot possible right now for your West Effort. Taking way too much time, just holding the ball here.
That just shoot 5 seconds.
I want Cramner to shoot it right here. Over to Trozzi. Ratcliffe now. Puts up 2 and Ratcliffe with a big bucket with his 14th point. I believe Coach McEwen calls a timeout. It'll be 30 seconds. West Effort down 4, 31 seconds left. All right, so yet again, make sure you pop out tomorrow at 6 o'clock for the wrestling match. Sunday, make sure you pop out for girls basketball. Reminder to all students and fans, if you are in the building for an event, to respect your opponents, respect the fans. Remember, we're all here just to have a good time and do nothing but cheer for your own squad. All right, so we got Sterling and West Effort coming out of the timeout. Sterling up 4. 31 seconds left. Been a really good game. West Effort's been the story all year long. Been in the games, but can they finish late? And they haven't been able to do it all year. We'll see what they could do now. And here's Johnson. Inbounds it too long. Long, smart play by him. Kicks out of bounds on Trozzi. Sterling will inbound from the sideline now. 29 seconds.
And Coach McEwen is on the court trying to get his guys in the right spot.
Yep, and Mundell gets fouled. Trozzi's 4th, so he can't foul anymore. We'll get that one-on-one opportunity for Mundell. 10th free throw coming up for Sterling. 7 for 9 for them. Both teams shooting good from the free throw line. All right, so any foul for the rest of the game, we'll get 1-and-1s coming up. And he knocks that down, make that 19 points for him. Brings the lead back up to 5. West Effort's going to have a fast shot here coming up. Caleb Mundell, clutch free throws there. Brings the lead up to 6 now. They got to go. West Effort, that is 25 seconds left, 24. Trozzi now. Moves it over to Cranmer, gets tipped. Wasting a lot of time here. Cranmer takes a 3. No good. Ratcliffe with the rebound, puts up 2. No good. And that will likely do it for the game. And it will. So that'll do it. Sterling Knights. 58, West Efford 52. Sterling going 2-0 on the season against West Efford. Sterling improves to 14-3. West Efford drops to 6-12 and 1-5 in the Colonial Liberty Division, while Sterling goes 6-0 in the Colonial Liberty Division. A little stat sheet update. Zaid Majaya 2 points. Andrea Trozzi 3. Aiden Cranmer 13. Corey Ratcliffe 14. Mark Gazowski's got 20. 15 turnovers for West Efford. That's been a problem. 13 for 18 on free throws. That's 72%. West Efford 1 for 6 from the three-point line. That's 16%. And for the Sterling Knights, you got Arnett with 2 points. Julian Johnson with 5. Ramir Long with 6. Travis Schmidt with 13. Jadis McFadden 8. Walter Garrison 4. Caleb Mundell 20. They had 17 turnovers. Shot 9 for 11. That's 81%. And three-pointers, they shot 5 for 10. That's 50%. And for West Efford, turnovers killed them. They did do a good job guarding Caleb Mundell in the second half, held him to 4 points. West Efford just been the story all year long. In the game, at the end, they just lose it.
Yeah, I think the message at halftime for the Eagles was definitely to maintain Caleb Mundell, and they certainly did that. But I think they lost track of their offensive game plan, and they couldn't get anything going in the second half offensively, and then especially by the end of the game.
Yeah, West Efford didn't manage the clock well down the stretch. They wasted a lot of time just up top, just moving the ball up top, holding the ball. That hurt them with at the end of the game because they really had no time to operate. But that'll do it. Sterling 58, West Efford 52. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the wrestling live stream.